You're right, guys. Welcome to this week's podcast of Future in the Gantry. We're missing one person today just because he's not very happy with how Newcastle played. No, he's sick. So Gavin's filling in with more opinions, just because that's what he likes to do. How are we all doing, guys?
Yeah, not too bad, thank you.
Good back than a class weekend.
Exciting week off.
Depends how you're feeling about excitement. If you
When
mean
you got
3-1
England,
lost to
Scotland last year.
England.
We won't cover that in this podcast, shall we? 3-1.
No.
What we'll do is we might as well. Their bank holiday got cancelled. What we'll do is we'll just start off with Newcastle Brentford. By the way, did you watch the game? You said, Gav, didn't you?
Yeah, I watched it.
The disallowed goal for Newcastle. It's never a disallowed goal, in my opinion.
It's just a whole lot of fumbling.
The keeper's fallen over himself.
But then it falls back into that category of goalkeepers are too protected.
Yeah.
I guess the wind blows them over and fuck, it's not a goal. It's shit. I mean, I wasn't complaining, but
I'm not going to lie here, it was a terrible game of football. I think that's kind of the motion around the world this week. I think everyone's just kind of getting into the mood again after 2 weeks off. A couple more things is the penalty for Newcastle. I'm going to keep on saying this until the referees fucking start watching this podcast, is you can't give a penalty when the ball's going out and he shielded the ball going out.
Not even a penalty.
No, it's never a penalty. He's literally shielded the ball 2 inches from going out and then gone, oh, look, he's made contact with me and fallen down like he's been shot.
How many times have we mentioned this now, though? We've dropped this like 3 times on pretty much every week. We get a penalty like this now.
Well, Arsenal got one, didn't they? Because the last one was me with Arsenal, I think. Was it when he knocked it out? When he knocked it out wide? Was it in?
Yeah, it was. It was Eddie Nketiah. He was absolutely lamped into the crowd.
Yeah, but it's a penalty because why not? You like
because of made contact, even though he's not made, and even though they're not going anywhere to not just Arsenal's, but it's mad how they're giving it when they're going away from goal.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. You know, a couple of years back, so I can't remember. I can remember the challenge, but I can't remember what it ended up being. You know when Pickford ended up hacksawing Van Dijk at the knee and taking his ACL away from him? Was that ended up being a penalty or not? I thought it wasn't because the ball went out.
It wasn't a penalty.
No, I think it did.
So what's the difference?
There isn't.
VAR was back then as well.
If VAR was back then, they would have.
Yeah.
I thought it was the season before, was it not?
No. It was only 2 seasons ago.
No, because was it not the reason that Liverpool fans kicked up a stink about VAR because of how long Van Dijk was out? Because of that. Because the ball went out.
What I'm saying is VAR was there. That was the season VAR was there. Yeah, so what I'm saying is, right, what's the difference between someone... Literally, Pickford took him at the fucking hip, that game, right? And Andy Gordon just fell over because a gust of wind came at him. So what's the difference?
I think it's the change on perspective now. But I don't know. I don't get why. Because if Van Dijk gets halved, and that's not, and yet they can knock it out, barely get any contact but go over, I don't see the point. I don't see the difference.
The reason why I don't think it's a penalty is because Flecken hasn't actually extended his leg or his foot to get him. He's just sort of slid, but kept his body together. And Anthony Gordon's just decided to fucking do a cartwheel in midair and fall on his fucking face.
One thing I will say about it, though, right, is that, and I will give stick to Anthony Gordon. I don't particularly like him. He goes down over any challenge, but
ugly bastard.
What is he doing? What's Flecken doing out there anyway? He's sitting out there having a cup of tea with a ball boy. He's about 8 inches, 10 inches away, 10 yards away from his fucking goal. Like,
and we all know.
Fucking wonder. He was fucking boring. He's probably did nuts and crosses with the fucking crowd.
Don't he? Gordon loves rolling about the fucking grass.
Oh yeah, of course he does. Yeah,
he's so light touch. He's dog shit. I cannot stand that boy.
He's not here, so we might as well shit talk him. A Newcastle, the same Newcastle as last year.
No, doesn't feel like it.
Their energy's gone, isn't it?
Yeah.
It looks like.
I think I think their legs are still there, but it's like the belief in scoring goals just isn't there.
I am now very interested in seeing how they're going to perform in the Champions League, because
Oh,
if this
really?
is a sign of how they're going to be in the league, I'm going to be very interested to see where they're going to pull the legs from for when they're going into Europe and that. Because
Yeah, well,
I
that
They're
I
don't think
getting
they're
put
going to
out
have it.
anyway.
Well, they
Like,
have
there's no
Milan
way
in
they're
2
even getting into
days.
Europa.
Like
You
they
got
have
who?
Milan in Tuesday. Milan, AC.
Oh, is it Tuesday they have Milan?
Yeah,
Class.
yeah.
Yeah, fuck.
I think they'll get fingered. To be honest with you. I don't say that lightly, but genuinely, I think that.
Giroud 2 goals.
Oh God, here we go, Matt. If you're watching, cry out, son. What we'll do is we might as well get it out of the way, because to be honest, I knew it was going to happen. I think we all knew it was going to happen. West Ham lost against Man City, 3-1. I'm going to bring up a bit more of a topic about this after we kind of go over the game week, but I've had a look over it. I think Areola possibly had one of the best games I've ever seen him have, from what I've seen. I don't like this mentality of nick a goal off City and sit back and just hope for the best.
No.
Because it just never works. I know if you go off AFTV, they go up to the Etihad and beat them every year or so, or so they think in their heads. But like, you can't do that against City. Do you know what I mean?
I'm glad we managed to score first, but our backyard, the sitting back against the best team in Europe, like it's never
Best
going to
team in the
work.
world.
I'd say we are solid, but it's never going to work.
Yeah, it was a brilliant goal of James Ward-Prowse. It is a peach of a ball from Kufal. Zuma had a
Where the
chance
fuck's
to
he
make
picked that out from?
What, Kufal, mate? He's not put a good cross in about 4 years. You got Zuma had a good chance to make it 2, but it was such a good save of Henderson going down at his bottom left.
Yes.
There's not too much I want to think about. I don't know this. Who's the geezer that scored for Man City? I don't really know too much about him. Is it Doku?
Doku.
There you go.
He's fucking rapid.
It's not a brilliant
That's all
goal.
there is to know.
Yeah, it wasn't a brilliant goal. It's just one of those where, like, you know, when Sally used to put 25 of the ones in, where he just cut in the left and put it in the top left. Just kind of one of them, but it was at the bottom left, bottom right. Sorry. And Bernardo Silva needs to take his hat off, because what he done was absolutely filthy. Smart play from Haaland, staying off the ball to not go offside. When are people going to start calling Bernardo Silva out for being one of the best players in the Premier League? Probably never.
He's unreal. Like he does go very much under the radar, doesn't he?
I mean, I don't know why they not tried to get rid of him, but I don't know why they've let talks go on with other clubs for the last 2-3 transfer windows.
Well, he's there till 2026 now, isn't he? He's got another 2 years left on his contract, I think. Like he did a renewal, did he not? I'm sure he turned down Barca, and he's got another. I think he accepted at least another 2 or 3 years. So he ain't going anywhere anytime soon.
You look like you're in the Batcave, Gav.
I'm in the what, sorry?
The Batcave.
Well, it's getting dark here in Scotland after we got beat off of you cunts. So, what I want to say, the second goal, Bernardo Silva, is it the fact that it was good skill by Bernardo Silva, or is it the fact that Areola was too slow coming out to get it?
I think you could probably give him for that, yeah. But the problem is Haaland's on the other side of the goal, isn't he?
Yeah.
So it's an easy enough dink to the side, and then Haaland's just going to put it in the back of the net anyway.
Their bread and butter's pass it sweaty in it. I don't want to get FIFA knowledge in here, but their bread and butter's sweaty. I completely
get, and I'm not saying it's biased on the podcast or whatever, but in general football, if Pickford, Sam Johnston, Onana even, if they had done that, they didn't quite get to the ball, they're being ridiculed. Pickford's not England's number 1 anymore. Onana deserves to be back on his doping ban, and Johnson needs to piss back off to West Brom, is what it would be. So what's the difference? Is it the fact that it's City and they've got the skills to do that, or is it?
So I think I said this last week, didn't I, or the week before on the pod. This weekend was a free hit for us If we get Sam, brilliant. But if we don't, it is what it is. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't think you'll get any major... obviously, I usually spend about 10, 15 minutes talking about West Ham on this. But, like, you won't get any major criticism. You won't get any major praise for West Ham off this. It is what it is. We sit back for 80 minutes. We try and hit on the counter. I mean, the Zuma chance came from a fucking corner. And the James Ward-Prowse goal came from a very, very, very lucky counter-attack where City didn't look like they knew how to defend.
I'm not disappointed.
I get what you mean. But also as well, it's like Areola's also had like probably like 3 of the best games of his fucking life so far.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So I'm not going to try and dig him out, and also the alternative is Fabianski, so I don't really want to go there either.
No. I'll happily we both knew going into that game, if we could get a point, class, but it was probably going to be a loss. It's the best.
It's always
team
one
in
of
Europe.
them, right? Yeah, it's always one of them where if you get one, you're sitting there going, "I'll take 1-1 right now."
Yeah. I saw that we went
Because-
ahead, and you sit there and you go, class, great. Another goal for James Ward-Prowse, love it.
Yeah.
But then saw that we conceded. I went, well, I'm not really surprised at that. And then, fair enough, I'd have preferred if we'd minimalised it 2-1, I'd have taken a 2-1. But 3, I don't hold Areola accountable now because, like you said, Jay, Fab's the only other option, and he's not really an option anymore, in my opinion. And
I'm not calling for his head or anything. I'm just saying it was a mistake.
No, I get that. No, it was a mistake. But all I'm saying is, at the end of the day, don't get me wrong. At the end of the day, it's one of those where they say it all the time, didn't they, on TV? If you can do it against City, it's fine. If you start doing it against the Fulhams or the fucking Wolves, then you need to settle yourself. But I ain't worried yet. We've got Liverpool next week, so still need to look after that. But I am also confident we'll probably get something out of Liverpool. I don't want to go too far. We ain't usually very good away, and I think it is away. One thing I do want to think is I don't like David Moyes putting Souček, Paqueta, James Ward-Prowse and Alvarez in a midfield. That just looks like weird.
It's just like he was just dropping people in.
Yeah, no. Do you know what it was, mate? It was to try and match him up, wasn't it, for work rate in the centre, I think.
I don't think no one can do that.
Nah.
No. I don't think there's a team in Europe that can, if I'm honest.
No.
The only one you would possibly say would be Bayern, but that's Bayern a few years ago with Kimmich and Goretzka. Probably would be the only midfield you could probably say, but City are just a different breed at the moment.
It's one of them, mate. It's like at the end of the day, right? As Ben said, you versus the best team in probably the world, right? After game week 5, I think we're sitting about 7th or 6th. At the end of the day, take it. You heard me in the first episode of this podcast, right? I thought we were going to get fucking 15th. I'm happy with that so far. But yes, I get your point.
I want to say though, because I'm normally quite critical of West Ham, the way you guys defended in the first half was really, really good. And I think in the second half, it wasn't the case that you fell off. I think it's just a case of City turned the screw a bit and you just couldn't quite handle it. But that's not a throwing shade at West Ham. I think it's a case of it was City. It's inevitable that it's going to happen.
From what I've been told from 2-3 people that went to the game, apparently the big changing point was Alvarez going off.
I don't know why he does.
I don't like if that's going to be the case though, because he shouldn't be our be all and end all. I know he's had Declan Rice replacement, but you know what I mean. He shouldn't be the only one that's able to put in a challenge. We might as well move on to the game that just finished, which by the way was another snooze fest. I actually fell sick during the game.
Talking about.
Oh yeah,
and 1-0 against Everton.
Yeah,
I called it. Go back to the last video. I called it, and you all went, "What? One goal?
We're not laughing now, are you?"
Exactly.
I don't really know if any... Go on, I'll let you go, Gav, and then I'll kind of filter in. I've got maybe 2 things.
Right. We're fucked up again. Right, we'll start with the positives. Why not? We finally won a game at Goodison Park. That's the first time we have won since Arsene Wenger days.
I didn't know that.
7 attempts we've tried to win there, and we fucked it.
That sounds like something they should have brought up during the commentary.
Oh, they did. They did, but they whispered it.
All right.
David Raya, number 1. I said on TikTok, he's better with his feet. He's so calm.
He
In the
looked calm, didn't
way
he?
it was when he was getting pressed by the Everton forwards. He just played it long, and I think he played 9 long balls, and 7 of them were successful.
Yeah.
Ramsdale does it. It's gone. There's no point of actually going up to contest it.
Can I ask you? Sorry, just on that, I'm going to jump in there. What was the trigger to drop Ramsdale? Was it the Fulham performance?
I think it could be the case of it's Champions League on Wednesday, so it could be the fact that he's going to play Ramsdale in midweek, or he's keeping him safe for the North London derby next week.
What's the North London derby next week, is it?
Next Sunday, yeah. That'll be interesting after last week.
We're going to try and get Gavin and also a Spurs fan round, I think a Spurs fan's coming around to mine on next weekend. That'll be fun.
That's the fucking happening. I can't be bothered.
Make sure we record some of that just for the brawl and that.
Spurs fans.
Get the boxing ring out in the living room.
Oh, I can't be bothered with them.
Havertz not starting.
The Woolwich rivalry?
Yeah, I think it needed to happen. I think if Havertz started one more game and he didn't do fuck all, then Arteta's got no way of defending of why he's in the team. Vieira, though, even though he didn't do anything special today, some of the balls he was picking out was brilliant.
Say this. Yeah, he was. I thought he was decent. I don't think he's what Arteta wants from a player in that position, but I think he was good.
But with Havertz coming on, some of the runs he did make were attacking, and he was actually quite good at holding up the midfield. But he can't do it for the 90.
Has he turned it into your Garnacho? Is that what you're saying?
No. That talk be that little gremlin prick. No. Havertz could be better than what he is, though. I've seen too many things where it took Henry 8 games to actually get his flow going and become that legend. So Havertz is going to be the new mix of Bergkamp and Henry apparently.
By the way, I said this to Ben. I saw the AFTV clip and it is on the TikTok. It is cued for me to do it. The geezer is comparing Dennis Bergkamp to Kai Havertz. I'm sorry, you're fucking wrong.
I've already dropped a TikTok having a pop at Kai Havertz. I got nothing but stick on it, right? Because apparently I'm wrong. I know nothing. He's gone from Chelsea, which, correct me if I'm wrong, is another fucking English club. He's not come from Spain, Germany, Italy. He ain't come from anywhere else. He has literally gone from one side of London to fucking Woolwich. And why is it? It will take a couple of games. Why?
Yeah, I know. I've got this as well. I know he got played in a lot of different positions, but he's going from England to England. It's not like he's literally taking about a 12-mile fucking jolly up the King's Road, ain't like.
And he's taken what? How many positions did he play at Chelsea? And they never really found the right spot for him. Yeah. So then he comes to you lot. I don't think he's going to be this big player. I think you end up selling him. I think he'll be gone. I genuinely think next year he'll be off.
Who the fuck plays him?
I mean, I used to go back to Germany if anybody will go back to Germany. I do agree with you, Ben. He has come from an English club to another English club. But it's the way Arteta plays compared to Potter and Tuchel and whoever else they fucking had. It's a different kind of way that he wants him to play. He wants him to drop deeper than what he fucking has, than what he's ever done. But he wants the Bayer Leverkusen
Is the change of play stopping him from finishing a chance in the box?
Oh, absolutely fucking not. I mean, that was just confidence. I don't know what the fuck he's done. I'm not excusing that. I'd fucking shouted him to get off.
I don't think he is confident. Do you know what I genuinely think? And it's not a dig to him, right? It's a total Timo Werner. And I really rated Timo Werner in the Bundesliga, but he just couldn't cut it in the Prem. And that's how Kai Havertz looks to me. Just doesn't good enough.
Possibly. It's coming to that sort of time, but I mean, we've got him till at least January. We're going to have to fucking like it. I mean,
how long was the contract then he signed him on? God, it'd be like a 7-year-old, wouldn't it?
No, we're not Chelsea.
Say it was 4, right? How
I'm
long
not
did
too
you
sure. I
keep
think
him
it's
before
2
you
or
let him
3.
go? You didn't stay with
Depends who's
Nicolas
going to come
Pepe
in
for
for
that
him.
long.
Oh, don't get me started on Pepe and what we've done with him. I don't know. Be honest, I just know what I'm thinking about right now. Havertz is at least the back of my mind. He's not our biggest problem. Our biggest
No.
problem is Nketiah.
No, it
Yes,
isn't. Sorry.
yes, he
It's your
fucking is.
midfield. I think you saw that the first half. Zinchenko and Declan Rice, I'd love to know the stats on how many passes they've done and how many weren't sideways. It was unbelievable. All they were doing was passing sideways. Everton were just loving it.
Yeah, because no one's coming out of position to get the ball except for Martinelli. When Martinelli's playing he came in as a cam, and then he went off injured. Nketiah, though, he can't do anything. He's shit with his feet. He can't do fuck all. He was offside twice. Now, that's all he's done. I can't tell you when he taken a shot. I can't tell you when he actually done a good, but I can. He done a back heel flick in the first minute. Is the only good thing he done this game. Second thing was getting off the pitch. He's shit. Jesus should have started. His record against Everton alone, I'm positive it's like 9 games and 8 goals. Why the fuck was he benched?
Why
Do you have a
is
problem with
he
the
not
offside
starting?
goal? Oh, sorry.
Ben?
Why do you think he's not starting?
I don't have a fucking clue. It's the same as why is Ramsdale still in goals. Because Arteta wants him to be.
He's the
What I
man,
mean
mate.
is, yeah, like Gabriel Jesus come from Man City. He's a decent forward. Can't deny that. But Nketiah does score goals. He's not. I don't think he's quite your number 14. Like, but as much as you hate the boy, he
Against
does put
Everton
him in.
today, because Everton stuck in their formation for 90 odd minutes. Well, sorry, for about 85 odd minutes. You needed that player to come in between the channels and start passing the ball. And Nketiah didn't, could never fucking do it. Jesus is always like that. He's always dropping deep to pick up an extra couple of yards up front. That's what I thought we needed. And
You know
he
what you
scored the
needed?
goal once he came on.
You needed what Nketiah done for the offside goal. But you shouldn't be sitting offside for that. There's no excuse for that, by the way. It's offside. I don't know if you have a problem with it, but
the only thing I didn't quite agree, well, not agree with, what I wasn't quite sure of, is it has come off of Beto.
yeah.
But how can you tell if he's went for it or when he's not went for it?
So the
thing.
way I've put it down in my notes, right, is the only way I wanted to put it across, because I'm also probably going to cover it on TikTok if anyone else comments about it. Is if that was a deflection to a shot going towards your goal and your goalkeeper caught it, you wouldn't say it was a pass back.
That's fair. Yeah.
So I don't see the problem, and it's has it not come off his shin/thigh as well?
I think what they were saying at half time was it's the fact that the ball's hit him rather than him hitting the ball.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I do agree with. Nketiah shouldn't have been offside, but I don't know why Gabriel was trying to play that pass anyway. Because it was never on. I mean, Saliba, I love him, but he's been hit in the face twice today, and he's went down like a fucking sack of tatties. Like,
So did Saka as well, from Nikolenko in the first half.
Who?
Went down like he was shot.
What, fucking small?
No,
Little
Saka.
prick. Oh,
Yeah, he got down like he went shot.
What, when he got fucking halved? By the boy in the striped pyjamas?
Come off it. What, in the first half off
fucking
Mikolenko?
At the byline.
Yeah,
At the
on the
byline
byline,
you're
yeah.
about. Yeah, he fucking caught him. It wasn't a VAR check.
You're
Why did he
smiling,
fucking
so you know
foul?
you're full of shit.
No, 2
It's
seconds.
unbelievable.
It's a foul, but it's not a VAR check. He's fucking went through him. Little prick. Looks like he's got alopecia. He's a prick. he always is a prick. I'm surprised he didn't get a yellow. As far as I know, he didn't get a yellow. I mean, you have to give it to Everton. Even though they've been shit, they actually defended pretty well for 90-odd minutes. Even though it was fucking boring, they done pretty decent.
Can I be honest with you? They didn't
I'm
actually
trying to
look like
think
they
who
wanted
was
to
their
get an
best player.
equaliser.
No,
No.
Gary Neville said that. He said that you could tell what their game plan was in the first minute.
Mhm.
Is they didn't have any sort of emphasis to getting the ball up. It was just a sort of a knockabout at the park on a Sunday.
Hope for the best.
That's all it
Pretty
was.
It's what
Yeah,
we done last
they didn't
year.
look up for it.
We get past the halfway line and get David Moyes just goes, just score. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, ain't that hard, is
I
it?
mean, I don't know if I feel sorry for Sean Dyche or not. So it's the fact that he doesn't change anything. He sort of just goes, here's plan A, and then the assistant coach comes up and goes, what's plan B? He goes, what is plan B? And no one has
Thing
a
is,
fucking
though,
clue.
how poor that squad is. To blame
They've
him,
got a decent squad.
do they?
They've got a decent start 11, yeah.
I think they've
Nathan
got a decent
Patterson's
set.
been one of their best fullbacks, if I had in years. Takure is good. I don't know why he's being played
They're
as
still
a
using
cam,
Seamus
though.
Coleman.
And he's been shit for
Yeah,
years.
which I don't understand. I don't understand why he's still there. I think it's fucking nostalgia more than anything.
What I meant was, because obviously everyone has a go about Sean Dyche not having not wanting to play football, and I do agree. He seems to want to play very Sam Allardyce, but like, his squad doesn't help. He's got a terrible squad. I don't think he's a good squad personally. I
wouldn't
don't
say
know
it's
where the goals are
terrible.
coming from.
That's the problem,
It should be Calvert-Lewin.
Yeah,
But
but he's
then
chocolate
what the
ankles,
fuck's
isn't he?
happened to him? Aye, now he's turned into fucking Batman.
Ah, yeah, I saw that
I
today,
don't
yeah.
know what's fucking wrong with him.
Yeah, he's George Clooney.
I mean, I'm just happy it's 1-0. We're only 2 points behind Man City. Yeah, why not? We're doing better than what I fucking thought we were.
Who have we got next week? Spurs, isn't it?
Spurs at home.
This will be interesting because you have the better squad, but they've been playing a lot better than you lot.
Well, they had a smash and grab on Saturday.
We're
It was
going into that.
a red card, wasn't it? That's what
We shall move into this. Spurs, that Maddison challenge that VAR checked and didn't
It's
overturn.
not a penalty.
It absolutely is
sorry.
a penalty. It
It's
absolutely
not a
is a
penalty.
penalty. He didn't get the ball. Where was the ball?
He's caught him. He's caught him, but not enough to send him down.
We sat on this podcast last week and I said that Van Dijk challenge against Isak wasn't a red. And you've turned around and said it was a red because he went through the player.
No, because he fucking has went through him. The boy
Right.
hasn't went through Madison.
The geezer's literally hasn't
He's
touched the
tapped
ball.
his fucking Achilles, and he's thought, "Oh, you can't." That was so went down.
Yes. He hasn't touched the ball, Gav.
Oh, come on! If there's
You're
enough,
so full of shit.
no.
It's unbelievable.
If there's enough contact to send him down, fine. There just isn't. There isn't enough contact to
Did he
send him
touch the
down.
ball?
So you're telling me, if he's caught his pinky toe to pen,
Unfortunately now, yes.
oh, what a pish.
Right, I'll ask you a question. 2 seconds, I'll turn that round. By the way, if the referee calls it a pen, is VAR overturning it?
Fucking no, because they're inept.
Right, exactly then. So this is another thing as well. I'm going to keep on saying until someone actually fucking listens to me, is the refs should not be doing it on the basis if VAR... The safest thing to do is call this, and then VAR will overturn it if it's wrong. No. Have the courage of your convictions, grab your bollocks, and just decide what you think it is. If you think it's a red card, it's a red card. If you think it's a pen, it's a pen. Just call it what it is. If VAR turn around and call it something else, it is what it is. Who cares? That's why it's there.
Yeah.
I agree. But I think the penalties are going to be dog shit this year. From the looks of it, none of them make sense at the moment. I think all the light touch ones will get given. I think we're all going to get done over.
Also, as well, refs are very happy giving yellow cards at the moment as well. Like, I know I had a bit of a go at them saying they'd probably bottle it, but they are very confident in giving yellow cards at the moment.
It's a bit slap happy, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is a bit just kind of, go on, I've done something. And you just like...
It's like they're having a power trip now and just going, fuck you, go on. Like,
Yeah, but they've stopped doing it for time wasting
Oh, just...
already. They've just
Yeah.
stopped it.
what I meant was, you know the little pullbacks really early
Yeah.
on. Who Chelsea Bournemouth? I think it was it Sterling?
Sterling.
I think.
Yeah.
I think it's like the second minute. He's pulled someone back ever so slightly. Yellow card. Go on, see that cunt. Like what?
And then in the second half, I think it was Conor Gallagher and somebody else. They've both got each other's shirts, and they both fell over. And then it's not the fact that it's a 50-50. The referees went up to the Bournemouth player and went, it's a yellow, but you grabbed him. And he's went, he's fucking grabbing me. Like, what am I meant to do?
Just
don't
on the
mind
Spurs goals, the Richarlison goal was brilliant. That corner, what a header, by the way. I know he's an absolute, pigeon
Shit
and that,
ass.
but aye, pretty much. And Kulusevski's goal was good for his weak foot, but again, shocking defending.
Should never have happened, though. Yeah.
Oh, horrible! He's got like 10 yards in the penalty area. What's he doing?
That's shocking.
I think the Spurs Arsenal game is going to be one hell of a game.
I think it'll be either. I think it'll be 1-1 or 2-1 either side.
We'll go into predictions at the end because I've got and the next game as well. It's just the biggest game of the weekend.
Sorry, I want to go. You're on about the penalties and the referees. Who was in charge of Newcastle's? Is it Pawson?
Oh, no idea.
I don't know what.
So it's Gordon's penalty. Nothing's been decided. He's walked out. And then all of a sudden he just went penalty. Like, they have a fucking clue. He's not decided anything. He just blew. Didn't point dead, and then just kind of went, "You okay, bud?"
Because the commentator said he thinks he was swayed by the crowd, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is more of a common thing nowadays.
Yeah,
of course fucking it is. Coot at Palace. I'll never fucking let that go.
Right. Anyway, the biggest game of the weekend that probably we can all have a bit of a laugh at is Man United, and what a shit show is going on over there at the moment.
What did I say to you last week? Beating Brighton isn't for everyone, is it?
No. They're proving that every week, apart from us, Lions. One thing I will say is I'm going to bring this up because I had a bit of stick a couple of weeks ago. Is I do wonder how they're going to blame this on the Glazers. I know they ain't centre backs, but they're clearly on the pitch because that's what's making them lose by the sounds of it.
Yeah.
If anyone, obviously it's a 3:00 kickoff, so not everyone can watch the game. The goals are absolutely shocking. I'm sorry. I understand you have injuries and that, but
I like Gross's goal. That was a fucking good one. He sat doing Martinez and then just slid it past Onana. Onana should be doing better to get to it.
Is that the one that's literally gone under his hand?
There was two like that.
Oh, he's turned out to be a donkey as well, by the way.
No, I think that is Gross's one, but the third one, he's got fingertips to it, and he should have been able to just shove it away. He just had him. Fucking lovely. Pricks.
They look shocking, by the way, at the moment. You can't spend that much money and still look shit. It's impossible, but somehow they're managing it.
It just looks like no one in their squad just seems up for the game. They all just kind of look like passengers at the moment, and it makes no sense.
Two of the goals, you've got to ask. I don't even know where he was. I don't think he was actually in the angle that I saw the highlight from. But I don't even think Casemiro's in the screenshot of it. Where is he?
He's the best CDM in the fucking Premier League, apparently.
What's happened to him?
Fucking
United. It's the United effect, mate. He's gone there, and he's just like, fuck this, mate. I want to go home.
Yeah. They had the World Cup winner in Varane. They've had the fucking Champions League winner Casemiro, and they've turned him into fucking Prime Mustafi and fucking Coquelin. Like, I mean, what the fuck's going on?
Coquelin, fuck off. Honestly, one thing I do want to say, because there's been a bit of a uproar on social media about it, is Man United's goal was never a goal. That Højlund goal. The ball's about 2 inches past the fucking line. It's out. Yeah. I think VAR clearly showed it on social media. I've actually seen a tweet of someone taking the line and then putting a line next to it and showing that the ball was on that line and not the actual line. And it's like, very good. It's still out. Like,
that's like the ones where they draw it online and it goes like around the man to show he's onside.
Yeah, that's the offside line. It was a mile out. I don't know what the problem is. Like, it's a clear cut one.
That Angry Ginge, the guy that does TikTok and stuff, he is funny as fuck. I'll give him that. But he's on about, it's online. It's in. I went through the comments. I went, well, what do you call the green bit in between the line and the ball? Then, like that's what proves it's out.
Yeah,
Like-
yeah, exactly. Yeah, and people were trying to say it's a sphere, so that's why you can see it because it looks grainy. You're like, no, have a word, mate. Like it's out. It's a mile out. What are you going to start calling the Stretford end in the pitch?
I'm going. Angry Ginger as well said it should have been a penalty because the player slid in.
Oh,
I mean, he
What,
didn't
for the
touch
Hoyland
Rashford.
goal?
He didn't touch Rashford, but the player slid in to stop it. So that's a penalty, like
No.
apparently.
just talk absolute shit. Like,
Bullshit.
no. Yeah, it's just United shit, isn't it?
One thing, well, not one thing actually, just a generalised point. Just a generalised point. Have they improved under Ten Hag at all?
No,
No,
I
do
didn't
you know
think
what?
last season.
Unpopular opinion. I think they were better under Ollie than they are under Ten Hag. Because at least under Ollie, you could maybe see a goal coming here or there. Whereas see under Ten Hag, they look fucking useless.
Yeah.
So
like
no,
you've
I
got
don't
no
think they're
game
good.
plan.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It's like
yeah,
they
they just
go out
run
to
around
play
like
football
illustrations.
and they don't know how to.
I don't know. It's weird, right? So he played like a 4-2-3-1 almost last year, and he tried to play possession, didn't work. So then he played counter, right? He's gone back to a 4-3-3 with a single pivot with like a 33-year-old. Ain't working. Fucking shock. And then, but they don't look structured at all, do they? It's like if you get past the back four and you drag it back, you can almost score every time in Man United because Casemiro's just off for a cup of tea with the ref.
Well, they're one of the clubs that I'm not really worried about playing at the moment.
Do you know what I mean?
It's just not one of the clubs that I'm actually worried about. I'm actually quite confident we will turn up to United and we'll get 3 points. I don't actually see
My
us.
worrying thing is I had them second in my Premier League prediction.
No.
And I don't think that's happening now.
It's
So I
alright,
can
I
maybe
had
see that
Chelsea in
Spurs
mine.
That Spurs top. Oh yeah, you did. Class, that's fine. No worries. Maybe the Spurs top ain't coming my way. It's all right.
It's alright. Ben went fucking safe with his picks.
Any?
Oh, I'm all right. I'm all right.
I think Chelsea will come good more than what Man United will, or quicker than what Man United will.
I think Chelsea have more. I agree, but I think Chelsea, not for the fact that they're more likely to come good, just because of the talent they've actually got. I see them using it a lot better because United just, I don't know. For me, it's just like they pick up a load of magnets and they just chuck it at a sheet of metal and they've gone, we're going for that. And they just kind of stick to it and then they go, oh, it's fouled. Fucking Glazers, mate. You sit there going, Ten Hag's one who organises the team.
I've had two
wait
jibes
until
about
that
this.
sale goes through, because when it does, they've got no excuse. They've got fuck all to
They
say
don't
what
have an
it is.
excuse now. The amount of
Well,
money
exactly,
the
but
Glazers
they've
have
got
put in
that.
over time, and the fact that they won pretty much fucking everything for a good 5-6 year period as well, if not longer. Fergie won 13 Premier Leagues.
Yeah.
So they've got no excuse. That was under their ownership. It's a load of bollocks. The only reason they're blaming them is because what do? You go, well, I start an 11 for some reason just sucks ass, and we keep bringing managers in that for whatever reason they get to the club and they lose all tactical awareness.
Yeah,
It's
but
because their
also as
spine
well-
is fucked.
Yeah, but no. Because they weren't good last year, and Casemiro was amazing.
I wouldn't say amazing.
They need to bring Ronaldo back. That's what it is.
I thought he was.
I don't think
You know what they
he's
should have
even-
done? They should have
He's
just
not in the
bid
top
for
3
Declan Rice
games.
and bought him for 120 million. Go on. Would have sorted him out. No?
I don't know.
Or Calvin Phillips. If they could keep him fit, I don't think that would have been a bad fit in the middle.
He could pick up an injury just walking off the bus. Honestly, I don't know what the fuck he does to himself. Because he doesn't play to get injured. He just sort of walks about Manchester and goes, right, bud.
He's
And
He
got
gets
the
on a
Andy
high
Carroll.
five and pulls his hamstring. That's what it is.
Yeah,
the Andy
exactly.
Carroll curse, mate, is what it is.
Fucking aye.
Does a warm-up
I'm
job and he's in a
happy Man
wheelchair.
United are shit. That's all I'm happy with. Man United are shit. The fans can go fuck themselves. The club can go fuck themselves. So yeah, I'm happy. Fuck them.
We'll always still end up getting beaten at Old Trafford though, because it just always happens. Somehow they win at Old Trafford.
Nah.
I know it didn't happen this weekend, but you know what I mean.
No, but Brighton just have that power to do it. They always seem to be the ones to beat them early on at Old Trafford.
I mean,
And then it's like the Premier League goes, this must not happen again. And then, poof.
Yeah,
pricks. Exactly.
One, just to veer off the game week stuff. I wanted to have a chat about it because I'm just having a look over. When I was recapping the game week, I was thinking every single team that doesn't play with possession and sits back lost this weekend.
Yeah.
And bearing in mind we're one of those teams as well, it begs the question: why do we even fucking bother? Wolves scored first, sat back, lost. Luton sit back all the time, lost. Sheffield United got a lucky goal, sat back the whole game, ended up losing 2-1. Everton sat back, didn't even look like they wanted to enter Arsenal's half, lost. We sit back against City. All right, it's City, but it wouldn't have mattered. We'll sit back against Arsenal. We'll sit back against Liverpool. We'll sit back against Brighton. I think we had like 20 passes in the first 30 minutes against Brighton. All right, we won those games. We won that game, sorry, but
It's because everyone thinks their defence is better than what it actually is. Like, that's just what it comes down to. Everyone thinks, oh, if we get 8 men behind the ball in our own box, we'll be cushy. It doesn't work like that. When you've got bloody Doku running at West Ham's defence at 90 miles per hour and just able to slot a goal into the top corner, oh, that's one.
It's also as well, though, if you show no intent going that way, they're just going to commit more and more and more men.
Yeah. So it gives the opponents that confidence of, right, they're just going to sit back. We're just going to take shot upon shot upon shot. Because one of them will go in, and then if it's not a clean shot, it'll come off one of the defenders, and if we're lucky, it'll bounce in.
Yeah. I'm interested to see when we play Palace how that game goes, because the fact that we both sit back. I'm very interested to see how that game will go.
Right now, there, mate. They play football sometimes under Roy Hodgson this time. They've got a team to play football. They come at you. All right, they didn't against Arsenal too much, but they didn't sit back as much as some other teams are. But like, what I mean, like, so it's like, what gets me is I don't mind just sitting back. Actually, I guess that isn't really my problem with it. My problem is with it is, in my opinion, if you're going to not just sit back, but you're also just going to not put anyone up front, all right, then they're going to stop doing a double pivot and they're going to bring a centre midfielder into the box as well. Then they're going to push a centre back up. Then they're going to push a right back up further. You can't defend against 11 men. It doesn't work. No team does it.
No.
Well, while I was watching the Arsenal-Everton game, I thought to myself, when the goal got ruled offside, I thought, get 2. Just go a brace and then sit back. I'm fine with that. It might be boring, but at least you've showed something. Rather than, oh, we might score, we might not. Just whip the ball in. If it goes to our head, it goes to our head. If not, it doesn't. But it's the intent of doing something to change the game. It's sitting back. It pisses me off because Newcastle done it last year, or we done it. It was at St James's, I think, and they sat back, and I think it was a draw, and they went, we played magnificently.
It was the Emirates in January. It was the Emirates in January. I remember the game, so I watched it with you.
It was fucking boring. And they went, we played brilliantly. No, you didn't.
No.
He just didn't. We just didn't have enough chances. You just had everybody plus Eddie Howe in the fucking sandbags at fucking top of the stadium.
But Jay, you summed it up the other week. Too many teams, especially when it is against City, as a perfect example. I think teams now, you're right, they just shit it. We'll just go, we'll just sit back a bit. Rather than you come out and play football against City, yeah, you are going to concede. It's probably the same against Liverpool. They're just clubs that can tie you up. But I think against like us against, say, I don't know, Newcastle, Brighton, anyone like that, I don't think the sitting back should be the only option. Why are you afraid to go at them? Because especially with some of the people that we've got to go forwards with.
What I mean by that is, right, so that Spurs team, don't get me wrong, they're strong going forward, right? But they're not the best at the back.
Yeah.
Sheffield United didn't want to go for them. You had Wolves. All right, you can bring up Liverpool. It's Liverpool, innit? They're brilliant going forward. But again, Van Dijk's out. They're using a
they're
kid from the
shaky at the
academy
back.
in centre back.
Wolves
look at
should have
Pedro
won that in the
Neto-
first half.
Mate, I think Pedro Neto megged Gomez twice in the first
Yeah.
half. Fucking nuts, by the way. He made him look like a
Class.
mug. You've got teams like, I don't mind us doing it against Man City. I don't really mind Everton doing it against Arsenal to an extent. But the point is, it's like Luton done it against Fulham.
Yeah, why?
Why?
That's like, I think some teams. I agree with you. When us against City, are you going to sit back? Yes, because otherwise it's going to be a fucking cricket score.
Exactly.
But like, if the likes of Fulham, Everton, when we play them, I don't mind us controlling the midfield and having a sort of sit back counter attack approach. But I agree with you. As soon as you get past that line, fucking go at them. Don't just sit there and wait for a crack in the. Just fucking push them. After these teams, the Evertons, the Lutons, and that in my opinion, they're there to be had. I think, especially like I think our squad, and with how we're playing at the moment, yeah, fucking go for it. And I don't think it's just us. I think like I'd say the same for Arsenal, Gav. With some of the other clubs that you could be playing, you sit there and you go, Arsenal shouldn't be sitting back. You should be tying them in knots and fucking bombarding that goal. And I think too many teams just get scared and they're like, oh well, we don't want to concede. And you sit there and go, yeah, but you should have the ability to go forward and score.
Yeah.
Some of the talent, that, like especially you lot, Gabriel Jesus, he's unreal. If he's starting, and Martinelli, as much as I fucking hate that little bell end, he's been class. I think he's been really decent. Odegaard, he's also another. Those three, even them three pushing forwards, there should be no fear about being caught on the counter because you should be able to score because you've got the ability going forwards.
The thing that annoys me about us is we try and get the perfect goal. We try and get the 5-pass combination, 1-2, triangle, cut across the box, top bins. Fuck it. Whip it in. Like, I don't know what else they need to do in order to see that. If you don't whip the ball in, you don't get the chances to score.
Yeah.
If you're just going to dick about at the corner flag, you're not going to score fuck all.
When I mean this topic, by the way, I don't want to just come out and have a go about one of the two ways of playing football. But what I mean is sitting back is fine. I don't mind you sitting back. When we sat back against Brighton, though, we kept two runners up the top with a third slightly higher.
Yeah, but do you not think that's also because you keep that jeopardy in it, didn't you? Because you're like, we are sitting back.
Yeah.
But we've got, as soon as we get that ball, we've got options. So you need to move your fucking arse to stop us.
But this is what I'm saying. If you watch Sheffield United against Spurs, right, or you watch Luton against Fulham, they don't keep a man up.
No.
They just sit right. Put it this way, perfect example is when Luton played us at Kenilworth Road, right? Every single corner we had, I'm almost sure all of their outfield players are in the box.
Yeah, it's 10 men in the box.
How are they going to counter-attack us?
They can't. Yeah, it's mad. It makes no sense.
I think what the other Premier League teams need to do soon is look at the way Brentford play. Because Brentford sit back, but they're so deadly of how they can attack.
They spring out, didn't they?
They were the only team to do the double over City last year. I don't understand why people aren't seeing what Brentford have done and try to replicate it. I don't think they can do what they can do, but I think they can. Ball. Yeah.
When Conte ball works, Thomas Frank does very much Conte ball, or that sort of player, back three that springs right back, and then as soon as they get the ball, they hit wide runners, trying to play one touch through a team, and it works, mate. Yeah. Against possession teams like Arsenal and City and Liverpool, it fucking works.
Yeah.
No, but just no one else does it because we all just want to sit back and draw by the looks of it.
Yeah, well, it's. I don't even think it's a sit back and draw. We're just kind of like, oh, we've got a goal. That's enough. I do kind of miss the football. Yeah, but I miss the football where it's like we've got a goal. Fuck it, we'll either try and get 2 or 3 ahead and then sit back. Fine, whatever. I can kind of deal with that. If I at least get like a good 50, 60 minutes worth of football, maybe more, and then if you go, right, we're comfortably ahead, brilliant, and you want to sit back, park the bus, fuck it, I don't really care after that. But the whole, we're 1 ahead in 20 minutes, so we're just going to absolutely just try and fucking stonewall it for another fucking 70. It's not going to work.
Nah.
I think a lot of the Premier League teams need to have a look at the way Leicester played on Friday night. They scored earlier on. They didn't sit back. They kept going and going and going. And I think they scored. I think they ended up being 4-1 or something. I
They
miss
are
the
one of the
games
best
like
teams in the
that.
Championship, though.
What, Leicester and Southampton? No,
Leicester's
but
one of
not.
the best teams in the Championship, though, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I get that. But Southampton aren't no mugs either. I mean, they're not as good as what they were in the Prem. But the premise is there. Leicester didn't sit back after 2 goals and thought, job's done, lads, we'll just roll on to next week. They kept going and they kept wanting to score. That's what I miss about the Premier League. I'd rather Arsenal get beat fucking 4-0 and it's an exciting game and we've actually showed something of actually going to attack rather than that game where you sit back and we'll have the ball and then we'll fuck a boot with it and then you'll get it, you'll pass it back to us and fucking Mikalenko
What
fucking
you're on
slide
about is
somebody.
just suffocating them out and recycling it for 25 minutes before you score.
Yeah. It's fucking boring. It's not football.
I said this to you with the Scotland-England game. It was boring.
Yeah.
Oh, Bellingham was amazing or whatever. That's fine. But if at the end of the day, I mean, I think I think Maguire probably had the ball more in the second half than I think Bellingham did the whole game on his feet. I mean, we might do a video on that actually midweek because I cannot believe his mum came out to try to defend him. But there we are.
Have you heard? Who was it? Was it Jamie Carragher came out and said that he thinks he shouldn't play for England or Man United for a while until he gets his shit sorted.
Yeah, but in the day, how's he going to get his shit sorted?
I don't think it's all Maguire's fault. I genuinely So I know the boys have been a bit of a donkey for a while now. But the problem is, in an England shirt, 90% of the time, he's actually pretty decent. I can't fault him. The boy's not bad in an England shirt. It's like Pickford. I like Pickford in an England shirt. He's a decent keeper. But I don't think it's all him. He gets absolutely fucking obliterated by the English media. Like, don't get me wrong, right? He has made some nightmare decisions.
As well.
He gets at the beginning he got mollycoddled, and then now
they've good treatment at the moment.
Now they've thrown him to the dogs, in my opinion.
No, because Southgate basically had to go at every fan base that England come up against because we have a go at Harry Maguire. I mean, they didn't say anything about Harry Kane when we're calling him a mong.
What I think Southgate's point was I think he didn't actually have a go at the Scottish. What he said was, we've got to the point now where it's so toxic in England when we go abroad or go to other countries and play, they're actually physically taking the piss out of him every time he gets the ball because of what the English media's drummed up. It's our fault. The English media's drummed it up.
Though. He does it. He has got a part to play in it himself.
Of course,
How can he go from being a great centre back at Leicester? Was he there when they won the Premier League?
No,
but he was there just after. He was good. How can he go from that centre back to?
So I agree.
Slaphead at fucking United.
And I'll back you for that. Yeah, he like. I also think Jay's right though. He got offered a move. He could have taken lesser money and gone and played regular football, which I think he needed to do. I think he needs to leave United either way because I don't think that's the club. I
didn't want him at West Ham because
I didn't want him at West Ham either.
Oh yeah, but you wanted him at West Ham. No, I don't want him at West Ham. But my point is,
as him being an England player, I wanted him to move, so he picked his form back up.
Yeah.
But I don't know, mate. I reckon he'll end up going abroad. I think if this season's an absolute...
now, though, because Ben started it off. What's his mum doing coming out and fucking pure prick trying to defend him? Do you know what I mean? The only geezer I know that gets defended by his mum is Andy Murray, innit?
Yeah. Well, and that's only because she looks like a fucking psycho.
Depends if he's fucking British or Scottish on the day, doesn't it?
Well, here we go. He's only ever won like one Grand Slam, mate. So it doesn't really matter. Harry Maguire criticism is fair as well, and to be honest with you, mate, I don't think the English fans support him. The only problem is they're sitting in an away stand trying to back their own player up. At the end of the day, it's always going to happen. They're never going to feed him to dogs. In an away stand, that ain't going to happen.
I don't get Southgate though.
I think every single England fan in that stand, though, when they saw Harry Maguire warming up at half time, thought, why not Tomori?
Yeah.
Well, I said that to you, didn't I? Because I went, oh, Harry Maguire's coming. And he went, no, it'll be tomorrow. I went, have a fucking look. And Harry Maguire's doing the fucking air butterflies and fucking
He looks slow
everything.
jogging. He looks like he jogs in slow motion.
It's like it's
I'm not
got
trying to
bricks
think
in
about it.
shoes.
Yeah, I'm not trying to think him out because I actually don't mind him, but
I think he'll leave United at the end of this season and he'll go abroad.
This is
Where
where
does
South. He'll go to Germany. It's the only fucking place he can
mate,
go.
I think Italy, mate.
he wants the money. He's shown that he wants money.
But who's going to?
So where does he go?
Yeah, but he's got to make that decision that he either takes a pay cut, gets regular football, and has some sort of chance of improving, or when does his contract end? If he's only got like a year or two left of his contract, United will just let him go free agent.
Well, that's the whole point, right? So he apparently he wanted United to pay up the difference in between what we would have paid him and Man United would have paid him, which, by the way, is a joke. As I said, I don't want to dig him out. I don't think he's as bad as media say he is. Actually,
No.
I think there's a lot of demeaning fact. I think I said this at the start of the season. He's been playing left centre back. He was actually very good for England against Scotland. You have a jibe about the own goal, that's fine, but he's actually not at fault. He's doing what a centre back should be doing. He's getting
I don't
across.
think he had a good game. He passed the ball. That was it. That's all he ever
didn't make any
did.
mistakes. That's what you want a centre back to do.
Well, he did make mistakes. He scored an own goal.
Well, other than
No,
that,
as
It was
I just said,
It was
as I just
marginally.
said,
But
no,
it's
it's
still a
not a
mistake.
mistake. That's not. He's getting in front of the ball. What's the defender meant to do?
Fucking landed in his own net. It's not what he fucking planned to do.
Oh.
No, this is where Southgate's a fucking hypocrite. The cunt doesn't play for Man United, but he can play for England. Then you've got the likes of Eze, who plays minutes for Palace, who's brilliant. You've got the likes, who else played? There's somebody else that played that doesn't get minutes for in the Premier League, and he still managed to fucking play. He doesn't pick it on people that are doing good at the club level. He does it who he wants. He just needs to come out and say that. I wouldn't mind if he came out and said that, but he doesn't.
You're preaching to the choir, but what I'm saying is, right, I completely agree with you, but the problem is at the moment, he literally hasn't made a mistake for England, nigh on. And so many players. If you're going to go off that basis, why is Harry Kane playing for England? He does brilliant for his club, but does fuck all for country.
No. That's not what I said. No, because Southgate picks it on club level.
Oh, no, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
No, because Calvin Phillips appeared.
Right, exactly. He's been coined on a saying that he said when he took over, saying, "I'm going to pick players on form, not on favouritism." And he's a lying cunt.
Again last year.
He's a lying cunt. I don't think someone believes him.
I've seen it live on Tuesday.
No. What? But he talks shit. Yeah, the picking on form rather than favour. It's not true. It's not.
Timothy is one of the best centre backs I've ever had.
We don't have a host of centre backs to pick from right now, but at the same time, I agree with you. He shouldn't be playing.
No.
I don't know.
But I'm not going to lie to you, mate. At the moment, he gets in that Man United team. How bad that Man United team is.
Varane's still injured, didn't he?
Yeah, it was Lindelof and Martinez, I'm pretty sure.
You know what the thing is, though? Varane at United isn't good.
Oh, don't do this. We're going to get in the Saliba chat. We ain't doing this.
Oh, we'll fucking go. One's won a fucking Champions League a decade ago, and he still was fucking brilliant.
He's won 4 Champions Leagues. And one's won a Ballon d'Or in your fucking head. So we'll stop it there, shall we?
Yeah.
Okay, whatever. You take Varane's cock out of my mouth, it's alright.
What are you saying, William?
I'm fine, mine. My centre back's good. How was yours? You've got our B-Tech.
Who?
Yeah, Mavropanos. Got our fucking B-Tech.
Oh, right. So I thought you meant Kurt Zuma, the Champions League winner. More Champions Leagues than your club's ever won.
Yeah, the one that fucking boots cats with the fucking balls.
And most importantly, what one of your centre-backs can kick a cat 60 yards, because ours can.
Gabriel probably fucking could, come on.
I'd be too busy beating the misses, wouldn't I?
No, that's Anthony.
Wrong
Brazilian.
Wrong Brazilian. I'm starting to think there's a trend
right,
there,
anyway,
mate,
we'll leave it there before we get cancelled. Please. I don't want this. Just to say, he's not been proven guilty, in case that matters. Right. We'll
could always talk about the other one.
Right, that's fine. what we'll do is we'll just stop there. You lot have Spurs next week. What's your prediction? I'm just going to write these down.
3-1 Arsenal.
3-1
Fucking
Arsenal.
changed. I'm confident. 3-1 Arsenal.
3-1 Arsenal. What do you think, Ben?
4-2 Spurs.
Dick.
I can see it happening, mate, the way they've been playing. I don't think you got to go goalless, but I see Spurs winning.
No,
Friars and
4-2,
goals.
Ben.
It's only 3-1.
Eh?
I said
Friars and
4-2,
goals.
mate.
Only 3-1. Yeah,
Right,
I know
okay.
what you say, but you're wrong.
Right, okay. No. See, it's like picking between the two fellas that have nicked your misses, isn't it? Go on, I'll tell you what, I'm going to say 2-2.
2-0.
I hope it'll be like a North London derby of old, where it's like 5-4.
Where it's everyone flopping over like handbags.
No,
Yeah.
just 5-4. Spurs score 2 goals and we score 3, and then they take the lead again, and then somebody wins it. Oh, but it's going to be exciting, rather than what it has been the past couple of seasons.
We've got Liverpool at Anfield. Go on, Ben.
West Ham 2-1.
Okay. Oh, I've written that down wrong. Go on, Gav.
Oh, no. 1-1.
1-1.
Fair enough.
Remember Van Dijk's back if that changes your opinion at all. Don't know if that does now.
No, just 1-1. Fuck it.
I'm going to go 2-2 on that as well. So I'm completely sitting on the fence tonight. I can see us scoring a goal. I can see them scoring a goal. I have a really horrible feeling. I think Cody Gakpo's going to fucking turn Zuma
really?
inside out.
Oh, no, Nunes just fucking that can. I just see him
He looked
scoring.
serious, didn't he, with his Mr. Miyagi look. What we'll do is we'll quickly go into a Newcastle prediction as well, if that's all right. They have Sheffield United away.
3-0.
It's an absolute horrible game. But go on.
So seeing as Matty's not here, are we all just going to take the piss and say like 6-0 Sheffield?
So can we just all agree? Can we all agree 5-0?
Yeah, 5-0 Sheffield. Yeah.
Nice. What I'll do is 5-0 Sheffield, and if it ends up happening, he owes us a pint.
No, Matty has to wear a Sunderland t-shirt if it ends up happening.
Clark, yeah, I mean that should just be it, shouldn't it? Really.
The council's decided we're all in agreement that because he's ill and he's missed one.
Aye.
And he weren't here to share the prediction. If they then bottle it and lose 5-0, he has to wear a Sunderland top.
He's vetoed
on
it.
camera.
Yeah, I completely agree.
What if it doesn't happen?
What we'll do is because we'll just finish up there because Gavin's going into the darkness there. See more horrible kit than I can see. That it looks like a curtain. Anyway, what we'll do is you'll get the same time next week, lads. As well, this will be out Monday. Yeah, just please like and subscribe and watch it because I mean, you know, I'll probably have another dig at Mark Goldbridge this week at some point because he's a prick.
Or AFTV.
But yeah, it's coming. It's coming. I'm actually going to do it straight afterwards because I'm done. This Burkamp thing, you've got me on it because I didn't think you'd be on about it. But yeah, there will be more TikToks dropping. That's our more active side, just because we all like our personal opinions. And yes, please comment which will make Gavin smile. Look at that. Cheers, lads. Have a nice weekend.
Cheers. Bye.